Okay, figure out the right. It's got lots of marks on it, lots of um, information. So let's just use the stuff that we need for each problem. Number 12, according to the diagram, how far is L from ray HK? And how far is L from ray HF? Well, what is L? I actually talked to some students today, and they seem to not be 100% clear on what this was talking about. L is a single point right there. And what they're asking for is, in this particular case, how far is that from HK from this? Right there. Okay? Well, how do you determine how far a point is from a line? You always use the perpendicular line that runs through whatever point you're talking about. So we're looking for, I'm going to use my little tool here. Actually, let me back up and see if I can do a better job by using the tool. Oops. This tool right here, where we take this ray and we do it like that. Okay? Um, that just looks a little better. So what we want to have then is a perpendicular line that runs through L and, sorry, I thought I was using my tool here, runs through L like so, in a perpendicular fashion to it. So just like that. Okay. You can see that it's forming a 90-degree angle right there. And that's going to be the shortest distance from L to HK. Okay. So they're saying, well, how far is that? Well, if I delete my tool, that line that I just wrote, you can see that that actual segment from there to there is 27. It says 27 right there. So whenever you're looking at saying how far is a point from a line or a ray or a segment, you want to talk about the perpendicular line running through the point down to that line or segment or ray. So in that particular case, it's 27. So get all that chunk out of there. And then how far is it from HF? How far is L, that same point, from HF? Well, because these two segments are the same length, then that's also 27. So 27 and 27. Okay. How is ray HL related to angle KHF? Well, let's take a look at it. And let me just get all these marks that are there out of the way. And we'll write that again as 27, comma, 27. But how is this ray related to this angle? Well, because we see this, that these two distances from L down to those rays are the same, then we know that this particular line that L is on is the bisector of that angle. It's bisecting that angle. Um, so we would say then that HL is the bisector of the angle. So I'm just trying to write it. It is the bisector of the angle. The angle. And when it says explain, then I will write the explanation down here since there's room. And just say, this is known, or I know this, or however you want to say it, because a point on the ray on HL is, what's the word? Equidistant. Meaning equal in distance to both sides of the angle of, and let's say instead of saying just the angle, let's say angle KHF. Okay, you want to write an explanation out that is actually a full explanation of how you know that that's the bisector, and that's how you know. Okay, so that's it for number 13. For number 14, find the value of y. Well, because we now know that that is the bisector, then we know that the angles are the same on both sides of the bisector. So we can then actually just do a little bit of math. Let's use a different color here. I'll use blue. And we can say 6y is equal to 4y plus 18. And when we subtract 4y away, we get 2y is equal to 18. Dividing both sides by 2, we get y is equal to 9. Yep. I'm going to erase the calculations just to give a little bit of room for number 15, but that's how we would find it. We'd set those two angles equal to each other. We found the value of y, and now it says find the measure of, and just follow my little cursor as I trace it out. Find the measure of KHL, right there, and FHL. Well, we know those angles are the same because HL is bisecting this larger angle, so those are each the same. So we should get the same result when we write down 6y and then 6 parentheses. We found out that y is equal to 9, or 54. Okay, so 54 degrees. And we could do the same with 4y plus 18, since they are equal. And we would get 4 times 9 plus 18, which is 36 plus 18, which is also 54. So that's 54 degrees as well. Yeah, that's it. We're done.